Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. You notice that we're starting out a little bit different this morning. I don't have the chickens, the roosters, doing their cock-a-doodle-doo in the background. And the reason is, you probably know because I will try to upload yesterday's video today. I left my camera right here in my truck last night. And we had this tropical depression that came through, and I was sick yesterday with this horrible cold that I am slowly recovering from. But I didn't have anything to do editing with last night. Everything was left here because the key to the entire video episode is based on this GoPro that I'm speaking to you on right now, and I didn't have it available to me last night. So I will try to get this edited today. For yesterday's video, and I will try to get today's video edited. The camera's probably, I can see I need charging, so we will take it out to the site, we'll get it charged, and we will try to get an episode in today with no issues. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. My concern always is I have a concern until we get all this construction material cleaned up is when we have the amount and the quantities and the length of rain like we had yesterday is the stairwell, because again, you know, we have those lots of the mesh, the nylon mesh on both of the drains, the pipes, the PVC pipes that take our water from the stairwell to the storm sewer. Well, they get clogged up very easily, and the reason we have those on there is so that all that debris doesn't clog up the main pipe. Once everything is completed and we can clear out and clean all the building materials and all the sand and all the little pieces of cement mix out of that stairwell area, then we can open it up normally and allow the regular water to go through there, because we won't have hardly any debris at all going down there. So I'm always, every time I come here after an event like we had yesterday, I'm always apprehensive about walking down these stairs right here. But looks like we're okay again, so we're lucky. And this is what I'm talking about. This thing gets clogged up down here. Good morning. Our main breaker. So you see, my builder completed the corrective action for the CR on the first floor, where we don't have this one from the second floor connected to the one on the first floor. And he hooked up the 245s here, which will take us out. So I see today we're taking another delivery of precast. Let's look at what we're being delivered. So these are still the straight pieces. There's still even more precast that's got to be delivered because none of these are any of the curved pieces that go around the arches or anything like that. So that's we have a lot of precast. I was surprised when I saw how much we had, but I think most of this is the liner that goes around the base between the basement and the first floor, and we still haven't had some of the accent pieces that go around the top of the house, which is a lot of the arches. And this will be very interesting watching them when they do the install of that. I've never seen precast done before, so we'll try to detail the methodology that they use when that happens as well. So something I noticed today, we're on a short crew again for some reason. The masonry guys are not here, and maybe it's because they anticipated a lot of rain. Well, we did have rain this morning. It's been raining on and off. You can see all these clouds, and they are moving fast. If you saw the weather pattern, one of the subscribers, I think he pushed it on Facebook. I believe it was on Facebook, and he showed it. And that weather pattern, that tropical depression that moved through right through the center of this area right here, and it looked like a typhoon. It definitely did, and it dropped a lot of rain over the last 72 hours here in this area. But I think it looks like a vacuum that's pulling. If you look at the way these tropical depressions, these tropical storms work, and maybe they anticipated a lot of rain all today. Maybe my builder said, "No, you guys stay home today because you're not gonna be able to do anything." But it's one of those kind of things in the Philippines. Unless you know that it's going to rain, right now, it's perfect. We could be doing all kinds of stuff out here. But one of the things we have to do is the waterproofing. And the waterproofing requires the cement to be, or the mortar mix, I believe it requires it to be dry. And that's what they need to do on the base of the, we're only going to do up to about 1 meter, just enough to pour all the gravel inside there and start laying the grass blocks down in the driveway. I think that was supposed to be done today, but it keeps, every single day it keeps getting pushed off because of the weather. So I hope it dries out and we can get that waterproofing on and we can take that delivery. That's going to be exciting because once we have that done, we can actually test the driveway to see if the truck can make it through. Well, we can test it once we clear the driveway from the street to this portion down here where it starts dropping down. But that's literally, if they had that stuff down, we could be about 2 or 3 days off from doing that test if we had the workers here, if we had good weather, if. Okay, thank you, Winky. She said thank you, Winky. I heard her say it. So this is something else you have to watch out when you're not on site and they're doing post cleanup activities, like for the fence line that we have here. Remember when they chipped off all the top portions on here to bring it down into legal specifications or heights for the subdivision, and we have all this debris. You see all the broken. Well, I this morning I saw them, they're moving it and they're just tossing it into the deeper sections here, and I'm like, no, all this has to be removed. Had I not been here, what would have happened, all the debris, all the concrete would have been down there, and it would have been backfilled over with soil, with topsoil. And then when I started working on my garden, I would have been digging, and I would have been hitting all of this concrete down here. And I'm like, no, that it all has to be removed. And that's part of the agreement. Also, all debris at the end of the build schedule, the whole site gets cleaned up. Everything, all debris gets removed, and it's nothing but topsoil that you would see out here. So this whole site will have to be cleaned up prior to turnover to the homeowner, which is me. So that's what they're doing right now. They're collecting all the debris, the old concrete, and they're putting it outside the fence line, and they'll put that in the back of a truck somewhere, and they will remove it off site.
Kahit hindi naman talaga lahat.
Kahit yung tiles lang.
It's like spaghetti to me. Well, anyway, it's right at lunchtime, so these guys are getting ready to break, and I'm going to make some hot tea. I brought some honey in today. I got some calamansi from Tess this morning, and let's see, what else do I have? I want to make some hot soup, and I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich as well. So I'm having a much better lunch today than I did yesterday, because yesterday I didn't have any lunch. Remember, the vendor from Stone 2000 came at lunchtime, so I ended up having to skip. But luckily I had some dried fruit inside my backpack that Winky sent in that care package. So Winky came through again for me on that one. I did not starve. So let's go ahead and start some lunch. And as you see on the bill today, there's mostly a lot of finishing stuff. They're putting the trim work, the shoe molding, the floor molding, whatever you want to call it, at the base of the wall inside, at the floor level inside the one bedroom inside the basement. And they're doing some pre-sanding of all of the shoe molding so that it will be ready to go on whenever they start doing it for the rest. I believe they're going to probably be putting it in the basement very soon, all around the main section of the basement side there. We have a major cleanup that needs to be done down there. With storing all this building supplies and everything inside there, it looks like a mess. So right now, I think I showed you earlier, but they're doing a cleanup of the floor tile that's inside that spare bedroom down there. Sweeping and any paint that might have gotten down, or any type of plaster or anything like that. They're doing a cleaning of that. So that room it won't be very long. I have to get the paint, but once I get the paint for that, and they do the lighting fixtures inside there, they're doing the molding today, that room, that'll be the first room that's occupiable. I might move into that room once we get electricity inside the house. But I really want to move into that room up there. I'm hoping we get that one done as soon as possible. So anyway, I'm going to have some lunch, and then we'll get back to the build schedule. Now let's go ahead and mount that mirror that we picked up the other day. I think we got this at Volcon. Let's go ahead and put this in the CR in the basement. How's that for a homemade miter box? Well, as you can see, it is 5:03, and it's the end of the workday. Everybody's got their backpacks on, taken off. We had some people doing some cleanup at the end of the day. But today generally seemed like it was a day of finishing. You saw a lot of finishing work done today. I'm going to try to walk through real quick and do a quick capture of what got done today. Of course, there was no mason folks here, the masonry guys who work anything out here for the concrete hollow blocks or the mortar mix and things like that. Normally, when they're here, you can really see a lot of stuff getting done. Just like when the house was first built, you could see walls going up, and then you could have an appreciation for things. But also, finishing takes a lot of time to get it done right. And I'm going to show you some things that got done right and some things that didn't get done quite so right. So let's start with some success stories. Let's go down to the basement real quick. So in the only bedroom that we have in the basement, you can see they got the molding done on the floor area. So this room is one step closer to finishing, but there's still more things that have to be done. I did notice that they put these nails. I'm wondering if they countersink the nails and then do some covering up with some wood putty. I think they do. They've done such a good job of everything else, and they seem to cover up all the nails. I'm sure that they do that as well before they do the final coating on that. You saw, and they did it also in the generator room. I don't know how much they got done inside here. So they were in here. We got this portion. Almost everything except for the final piece that goes to the door jamb. So yeah, they got most of that done inside there. Something else you saw today was electrical being done. So we have a bunch of circuit breakers actually installed now and identified. And work done on the first floor today. They were putting together the door jamb. This is the door jamb for the French doors that go up on the second floor. The doorway that goes from the master bedroom out to the lanai. So that got done. Earlier this morning, they were doing a little bit of work on the sunroom ceiling fixtures feature, but they didn't continue too much later on in the day. I didn't see them doing too much later on in the day. I might have missed something, but they did a little bit of work on that. You saw in the laundry room, we have our laundry sink installed with the granite countertop. So that's in place right now. I have to, this weekend when I go to pick up appliances and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, I got a phone call. I just received a phone call. All the appliances are in. The three items that were missing, the three Elba items, which are the ventilation fan for the top of the island, the microwave, and the oven itself. They're all in, and I have to pick those up, and I'll pick those up on Sunday. And I will also pick up the missing faucet that goes right here for the laundry sink. Also, part of the day was spent doing some of the sanding on the main door feature at the front of the house. There's a lot of sanding that goes on, and they try to get everything perfect. At least this crew does. All blemishes are gone, and they get a perfect finish at the end. So they've been spending a lot of time on this door. So I'm anxious to see that when it gets done. So I did talk with my builder about this section right here, and we are not going to put the stone here, and he agrees with me, but he agrees with everything that I say. I don't know if he's agreeing with me just to agree with me, or if he really does agree. But I think it's a good call. We are not going to put stone on the backside of the television frame, and it's not going to be a frame anymore. It's just going to be a top and a bottom, like shelves, and we are not going to block the windows by putting the frame on this side right here. We're going to leave that open, so it's going to be a good view. And I spoke with him about do we or do we not put stone on the bottom, and he thinks it would be a good feature to have the stone on the bottom with no stone with the television, and the stone continue. That way it kind of gives the appearance of a full wall of stone up there, and I think he's correct. I think that's going to look really good. So what we have to do is when we do our final calculation for the amount of stone that we need, we have to have them deduct this area right here. So I will measure that before I go up and speak with the folks up there for the final calculation. On the second floor in the master bedroom suite, we got the arch form installed inside there, and they poured the mortar mix inside. So we are a day away from having an archway right here. Then they will finish this side just like it's finished on this side. This will get cleaned up. It won't take very long to get that cleaned up very nicely. And then we can continue on working on the features inside the CR inside there in the bathroom. Something, remember I was talking about earlier, this is that door jamb that's being worked on down in the first floor. It's going to go inside this area right here. Oh, look at that view. Can you imagine in the evening time with the sunset going down over there? Oh, this is going to be beautiful over here. So I just want to show you something I caught a while back, and I don't know if it was a optical illusion, and it wasn't an optical illusion. I'm pretty good about catching anything that's not framed properly, whether it be squareness, plumbness, or levelness. And I saw this a while back, this area right here. I didn't know if the beam was set off on the outside incorrectly or if the door jamb here was set incorrectly. But I'm going to step back. I'm going to see if you can notice it when you back up. I don't know if you can see it from here. So anyway, the door jamb on this side is much lower than on this side over here. So that either means that the beam that you can see it kind of line up with is not correct. We have a non-level beam, or the door jamb is incorrect. But if you step back a little further, and you can see that this wall has more space on it than this side of the wall over here. And so that gives me an indication that this whole area right here is out of plumb. The framing is incorrectly. They have too much wall space here, and they did not do a level. They didn't run a level on it to see. So I ran a level on it, and it indeed was off at the level. And it's an appreciable amount that it's off. And then what they did is they ran, we did some level from the roof line to the corner of here, the roof line to the corner of here, and it's off also. So we do indeed have more space over here than we do here. Now, other than the fact that it looks bad, well, when you try to put a door inside there, and it's a 1/4 of an inch from one side to the other, and 1/4 inch is appreciable. It's that much space right there. Now, when they try to put a door inside there, the doors won't hang properly, and it just won't look right. So I mentioned that to my builder, and I'm going to see what he can do to fix that situation. The only thing I can think is really, and I hate to do it because it's all finished, is removing the door jamb and doing a replaster inside there of the door frame itself, and then resetting the door jamb. I don't think they can pull that door jamb out without destroying it. I'm not sure that there's anything else that they can do. I'm waiting for him to get back with me to see what he's going to do on that. Hey, crazy dogs. Hey, crazy dog. You're like a wrestler. You're playing a wrestling game? So anyway, it's the end of the day, and I'm going to close for now. Like I said, lots of finishing work got done today. I asked my builder just now. I just went over and had a talk with them. I said, "What's the approach?" I said, "The only thing I could see is they're going to have to demolish that door jamb, reset the mortar for the framing, and then put a new one in it, because they're not going to be able to save that if they try to pull it out." And he said that's exactly what they're going to do. So hopefully it doesn't set us back that much. If they put somebody on it immediately, the door jamb can be removed in morning's time. They can actually get it all done. They could get it all done in a couple of days time if they dedicate a couple of people working on that. But the same guys that are doing that, they have other jobs. So I don't know how long that's going to take. Hopefully it will be done very fast. But anyway, I appreciate my builder is going to make this right, because it's a pretty bad mess up on that one right there. So let me close for now, and tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow is Saturday, and it is going to be build day 229. Yes, 229 on the build schedule here at Villa FELIZ. So until tomorrow, if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed. You'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until tomorrow, you have a wonderful and blessed day.